John, you just had an episode yesterday.
I did had a really good show. Had our educator from here at the museum, Whitney Mosley. She came on and talked about some upcoming activities and programs, some things that are going on right now and then coming up in the next couple of months. And had a really good discussion. It was a lot of interesting stuff coming up.
Yeah, well, what can people expect that's coming up?
Well, right now we've got uh, an educational activity that a lot of schools are bringing in their students to visit with us, and it's called Meeting Missouri, and it is local people that are famous in the history of the state that had an influence here in Springfield and Southwest Missouri. And we go through the little biographies about each one of them, and then the students do even more research that we have information for them, and then do a little as part of the activity while they're here in the museum. They get up on stage at the Fox Theater next door and do a little program about a little 5-minute deal about the person that they selected. And it really has been a great educational tool and a lot of fun to watch the kids learn about these people and their influence, and then regurgitate that back to the other students.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Is this your first time doing something like
Yeah,
this?
first time doing this, and we had groups in. Matter of fact, we've got a big group in today uh, from several of the schools that come in and go through this program, and it really is a lot of fun. And then we talked about the new exhibit that opened last week. It's called Community Cornerstones: Springfield's Black Educators, that tells the story of some of the early educators some of the early educators in the African American school here in Springfield, Lincoln School, and their influences, and then what they did after the schools were integrated in 1955, and how they still continued to be active in educating the students here in Springfield. So it's a wonderful exhibit in our Voices of History area, and we're very proud of it. So we talked a bit about that. We talked about we have a what we call a sensory friendly Saturday that's coming up this week on Saturday, where we turn the lights down and we turn the sound down on the exhibits, not to where you can't hear them, but to where they're not so loud and not so bright, so that people that have sensory issues or sensitivity can come in and go through the exhibits and see them without being overstimulated and dazzled by the light and so on. We do that every month, and we talked about that. We talked about the History Museum Book Club. We have a book club that meets every month and reads a different book. And this month they're meeting at the Panera Bread at National Elm next Thursday, and at 6 o'clock, and talking about the book they've read this month, which is All Quiet on the Western Front, a book about World War One. And so those are a lot of fun. And we talked about that. And then we talked about starting again in March, we'll have walking tours, both of downtown and of Commercial Street, going every month. So those will be a lot of fun. People really enjoy those, and we try to add new things to them and make them new and different every time we go on.
Sounds like a pretty busy few months.
It is. It is. It's a good time, and if the weather will ever break and stop being cold and rainy, we'll get on it and do some exciting things downtown.